So something I never expected to come out in Yu-Gi-Oh! At all in the anime for Arc 5 was actually my own deck to be used in one of the anime episodes. So I am goddamn really excited on a episode that was like okay, setting shit up, but it's like, no, and I'm talking about straight up that little bastard or that little savage kid that somehow was in that field spell and all out of Academia, but using my Gladiator Beast deck. Now, people know, like, if people remember these cards, these came out during the GX era. These came out and they never got their love. We had, like, the Amazonas, like, cards that got their love instead. I think that was, like, what was supposed to be in the place of it, but then they were like, Amazonas, like, put those cards there instead. It's like, and I love this deck. I absolutely adore it. It's still the thing that I use to this day. It's still the deck I main, and it works for the most part. It's honestly crushed whenever anyone has, like, a skill drain on the field. You just fuck up the cards. But it was really nice to see it, even though like they were building up as this big mystery. We could clearly see that like as like Yuya and his group are going against these top 5 elite Academia warriors, which I'm glad we're not seeing, because like I said many times before, I'm tired of seeing fucking jobbers in the series. They're just fucking there to fill up time, and the thing is though, they filled up time, but they didn't have the actual time to shine. It was like building up this entire episode. It's like, oh yes, my 5 elite Academia warriors go. 2 of them get fucking bopped. Tsuchikage gets bopped. Fucking Sawatari gets bopped, gets turned into cards immediately, and it's all fucking screen. I'm like, oh my god, that is fucking hilarious out of everything. It's like, you've had all this stuff and it's like, nah, all screened by this fucker, and it's like, at least like, you know, like at the point and all that, it's like, you know, like they put some messages like, oh shit, like that he's putting it, saying that he put the number like 11 out there, saying so there's someone else doing it, taking out these foes, and it's like, you got to see it, because definitely if people don't know what those cards were that exactly that dude was using in the Gladiator Beast, if you can clearly see by the fire ring, that was clearly Lacrarius, I believe his name is. He's the 1800 attack point Gladiator Beast that when it's attacked and all that, or is attacked, it can return itself out of the deck after the end of the battle phase and bring out another Gladiator Beast. And if it's like the one that was brought out during the special effect, then it gets 2100 attack. Well, even being 1800, that's still pretty strong for a level 4 card. And then the other one was the fusion monster Gyazarus and all that. I don't think that was Bastari, because I believe Bastari is a lot more of a smaller one, but I believe that was the fusion one, Gyazarus, which you need a Bastari on the field, and also as well another Gladiator Beast monster. You do not need a polymerization though. You can bring this thing out, and there you go. The magic just happens because it's the most useful card in the entire deck, as it's able to destroy not just 1, but 2 cards. Any 2 cards on field, while its little brother and all that, the Bastari card, can only destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. And it is so fucking pinnacle in the deck and all that. And this is exactly why they limited Bastari for the longest and all that, because like it's so fucking strong and people's decks just run around it. And it's still something I use and all that. I make sure that Gyazarus is one of the cards and all that you always want to get on your fusions. You want that, you want Aquarius, you want all that, you want Heraclinos, you want all these cards. And although it was such a tiny look at me, and we're clearly not seeing this guy next week because we're going to Rui, like we're going to finally see the Kurosaki Jewel versus that, so that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to be, and if he's going to have a better time against this. And we clearly see that what she's using is some rank 1 like monster, so I'm very curious about that, like how exactly they're going to be using that. But it's like, I was like, oh, show me the fucking Gladiator. I've waited this long though. I've waited. At least it's Arc 5 that's going to be showing it. I would have loved if it was GX, and I know that the duel's probably going to be an episode long, which is going to upset me, like I know. But if anything, I at least hope that they just don't show some of the old cards. I mean, clearly we've seen Gyazarus, we're clearly going to see Lucardi like that, we're clearly going to see Bastari. I would like to see some new support. I would genuinely like to see some new support, a new fusion, and like mainly spells and traps. I feel like that's mainly what the Gladiator Beasts need. They needed like some spells and traps to give them a little bit more support, and that would be great if they did. Like another fusion monster would be great, and maybe like 2 more like monsters like that would be like something I'd like, since like we've clearly had so much support for all these other cards. But I don't know if they're going to do that, because we've never like people don't know about this deck, and it's a really good beat deck and all that, because I fucking love the point of like bringing out a monster, getting out two, bringing out a fusion using polymerization. There you go, blow up two monsters. There you go. You got some backup on the side, and some of the trap cards they have already are pretty useful. Being the Chariot, which is fucking like one of the best cards you can have, and then also as well like defensive tactics are like the only two good like real like gladiator cards that you can get. So honestly, like I feel like I've talked enough about this episode. Like honestly, as you can clearly see like by the episode, I managed to like, if it wasn't for the fact that gladiators, and that's just me, if that wasn't Gladiator Beast being in this episode would be fucking nothing. So as being honest, as just a review without taking the bias out of it, where it's like my favorite deck's getting like animated, which is really means a lot to me. Like, and I hope they do it justice, and they probably won't. But like, if being honest, this episode was like a 5. It was like it was okay and all that, but since like most of it was just offside, it was just like, yeah, keep reminding you, these academia guys getting bopped, what's happening, like we don't know what's going on, like we don't need to decide this shit, we need to go in. So yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. But I like, to me as a fan, I might put it just a tiny bit up, like maybe a 5.5 to like a 6, but like just because it's gladiators, man, and I'm so excited to see him. But final score is going to be a 5 though, and my personal thing would be a 6, but like that's too much. Being honest, like the reviewer, it's a 5. It was so average, and I was kind of a little bit disappointed, like since like past like episodes everything that's been with like Yuya's group so far has been really not interesting. But like it seems like everything with the girls so far, like with Ruri and Vin, like, and also as well with Yugo, Kurosawa, like all that stuff is going to be interesting, and it looks interesting, especially from what like I was generally surprised of like how much I enjoyed like last week's episode with like what we got to see of Yugo. So I definitely really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna end it off there. Let me know what you guys think. If any like please, I need to hear if there's any more Gladiator Beast fans in the comment section. I need my Gladiator Beast love. Like I really want to like actually get that deck out again, and I definitely want to build it in real life, because I'm missing some of the pinnacle cards. I'm missing, like, I believe out of all of the Gladiator Beasts, I'm missing Heraclinos, and I'm missing the newer one, the newer Gladiator Beast cards. So yeah, but I've got pretty much most of them. I know I've got Sparkus, I know I've got like Leclerc, I know I've got Gyazidus, I know I've got Bastati. Like I got pretty much all the cards except for like some of the spells and some of the newer monsters. But so for me, thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you beautiful bastards though next time.